Right now, something serious is happening across the United States. And if you are retired or close to retirement, you are not going to want to miss this. This just came out, and people are reaching out about this from all over the country, asking the same questions, feeling the same uncertainty, and wondering what is going to happen next. There are multiple updates coming in right now about the economy, about your benefits, about prices, and about what the federal government is either doing or not doing to protect the people who need it most. Stick with me because in the next few minutes, I am going to walk you through everything that is happening, explain what it means for your monthly income, your grocery bills, your medical costs, and your overall financial future. I will keep you updated every step of the way, and I promise to keep this simple, clear, and honest because that is what you deserve. Now, before we go any further, if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications because we cover these updates every single day and you do not want to miss what is coming. Let us get into this right now because the latest economic warning that just came out is raising serious concerns for millions of retirees across the United States. The Federal Reserve and several major financial institutions have now released statements that are directly tied to the financial stability of people living on fixed incomes, and the picture they are painting is one that demands your attention. Here is what is happening. Inflation, while it came down slightly from its peak a couple of years ago, is now showing signs of becoming sticky, meaning it is not going away as fast as officials had hoped, and for retirees, that is a serious problem. When inflation stays elevated, your dollar buys less. Your Social Security payment might be the same number on paper, but what that number actually gets you at the store, at the pharmacy, and at the gas station is shrinking. And that gap, that growing gap between what you receive and what things actually cost, is exactly what has economists and financial analysts sounding the alarm right now. I will explain exactly what this means for your COLA adjustment, your Medicare costs, and your overall purchasing power in just a moment, so stick with me here. Reports coming in from multiple sources, including major financial news outlets and government economic data, show that consumer prices in key categories that retirees depend on the most are climbing again. We are talking about food prices, prescription drug costs, housing expenses, and utility bills. These are not luxury items. These are survival expenses for millions of Americans over the age of 55. And here is the part that is really getting people talking right now. The cost of living adjustment, known as the COLA, that was applied to Social Security payments at the start of this year, may not be enough to keep up with what is actually happening out there in the real world. The COLA is calculated based on a specific measurement of inflation, but many economists and senior advocacy groups are now saying that measurement does not fully capture the reality of what retirees are spending their money on every single month. So what does that mean for you? It means that even with the adjustment you received, you may still be falling behind financially. And that is not a political opinion. That is a mathematical reality that is being documented right now. I will keep you updated as new numbers come in, and I want you to know that understanding this is the first step toward protecting yourself as best you can. Now, let us talk about what triggered this latest round of warnings, because it did not come out of nowhere, and the timing matters a great deal for anyone on a fixed income. Over the past several weeks, a combination of factors have come together in a way that is putting enormous pressure on the everyday finances of retirees. Trade policy uncertainty, shifting interest rates, a volatile stock market, and persistent price increases in essential goods have all collided at the same time. Financial planners who work specifically with retirees are now telling their clients to take a hard look at their monthly budgets and prepare for the possibility that costs will continue rising faster than their income adjustments can cover. That is a difficult message to hear, especially if you worked hard your entire life, paid into the system, and were counting on a stable retirement. And you are not alone in feeling this way. Millions of people across the United States are in the exact same situation right now, and the calls and messages pouring in from people just like you prove that this is a widespread concern, not an individual problem. People are reaching out about this from Florida, from Ohio, from Texas, from California, and from small towns all across this country saying the same thing. They are asking, how do I make this work? How do I stretch what I have when everything keeps going up? Those are real questions, and I am going to do my best to give you real answers, so let us keep going. One of the most important things to understand right now is what is happening with Medicare costs, because for many retirees, healthcare is the single largest expense after housing, and those costs are on the move. Medicare premiums, particularly for Part B, which covers doctor visits and outpatient services, have been adjusted. And for many seniors, those adjustments are eating directly into the Social Security increases that were supposed to help cover rising costs in the first place. This is sometimes called the Medicare hold harmless effect in reverse. Instead of being protected from premium increases cutting into your check, many beneficiaries are finding that after premiums are deducted, there is little to nothing left from any increase they received. Think about that for a moment. You get an increase on one hand, and then Medicare takes most or all of it back on the other. And meanwhile, groceries cost more, gas costs more, and your heating and cooling bills keep climbing. I will keep you updated as any new guidance comes out from the Social Security Administration or from Medicare about what beneficiaries can expect going forward. So please stay with this channel. Now, there is another piece of this economic warning that is getting very serious attention, and it involves the overall stability of the programs that retirees depend on. There have been ongoing discussions among economists, policymakers, and nonpartisan research groups about the long-term health of the Social Security Trust Fund. These are not new conversations, but the urgency around them has intensified given the current economic climate. What the latest projections suggest is that without legislative action, the trust fund reserves could face depletion within the next decade, potentially resulting in benefit reductions for everyone who depends on those payments. Now, I want to be very clear here so there is no panic and no confusion. Social Security is not going away. The program will continue to collect payroll taxes and pay out benefits. But if no action is taken by Congress, the program might only be able to pay out a portion of promised benefits, somewhere in the range of 75 to 80% based on current projections. That is why there is such urgency right now in Washington and in households across America to demand that lawmakers address this before it becomes an unavoidable crisis. And this is where your voice matters. Seniors represent one of the most powerful voting blocs in the United States, and elected officials know it. The pressure you and your community put on your representatives absolutely makes a difference. I will keep you updated on any legislative developments related to Social Security reform, benefit protection, or any new proposals that could affect your monthly payments. Let us now talk about something that is hitting close to home for a lot of people right now, and that is housing costs and the impact on retirees who are either renting or carrying costs on a fixed income. Rental prices across many parts of the United States remain significantly elevated compared to just a few years ago. For retirees who do not own their homes outright or who moved into rental housing after downsizing, this is a direct and painful financial hit. Even homeowners are not immune. Property taxes in many states have gone up. Homeowner insurance premiums have surged dramatically in states like Florida, Texas, and California. And basic home maintenance costs have risen sharply due to labor and material prices. All of this adds up to a picture where the monthly budget of the average retiree is being squeezed from every direction at once, and the cushion that many people thought they had is getting thinner by the month. Financial experts who specialize in retirement planning are now recommending that seniors do a full review of their expenses immediately, identify any areas where they can reduce costs, and reach out to local and federal assistance programs they may not know they qualify for. There are programs available right now that many retirees do not know about. Extra help for prescription drug costs through Medicare, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, low-income home energy assistance, and many state-specific programs designed specifically for seniors on fixed incomes. If you or someone you know is struggling right now, please reach out to your local area agency on aging. They can connect you with resources and support that could make a real difference in your monthly financial picture. I will keep you updated on new assistance programs, expanded benefits, and any changes to eligibility requirements that could directly help you or someone you love. Now let us bring this back to the big picture, because the economic warning we are talking about today is not just about one thing. It is about a combination of pressures that are all landing on the same group of people at the same time. Retirees in the United States are facing elevated inflation in essential goods, rising healthcare costs, uncertain Social Security projections, housing cost pressure, and an economy that is sending mixed signals to everyone, including the experts who are supposed to be guiding policy. And yet, through all of this, there are also reasons to believe that the system, imperfect as it is, will respond. It has before. Social Security has survived economic downturns, legislative battles, and demographic shifts for nearly 90 years. The COLA adjustment mechanism exists because lawmakers recognized decades ago that inflation is a real threat to people on fixed incomes. Medicare was created to protect seniors from catastrophic healthcare costs. These programs exist because society made a promise, and most of the people in positions of power know that breaking that promise would be politically and morally unacceptable. That does not mean you should sit back and assume everything will be fine. It means you should stay informed, stay engaged, stay vocal, and take every practical step you can to protect your financial stability right now. Review your budget, contact your representatives, apply for every benefit you qualify for. Talk to a nonprofit financial counselor if you can, and stay connected to sources of information you trust. I will keep you updated as this story continues to develop. The economic situation is moving fast, and new information is coming out regularly. My commitment to you is that I will be here every day to break it down in plain language, give you what you need to know, and help you navigate whatever comes next. Let me recap what we covered today so you can share this with anyone who needs to hear it. The latest economic warning affecting retirees centers on persistent inflation that is outpacing Social Security adjustments, rising Medicare costs that are offsetting income increases, long-term concerns about Social Security trust fund sustainability, housing and insurance cost increases hitting seniors on fixed incomes, and a growing awareness that many retirees are not accessing all the assistance programs available to them. These are real challenges. They are not being exaggerated here. But knowledge is power, and the fact that you stayed through this entire update means you are taking your financial future seriously, and that matters. If this video helped you today, please give it a thumbs up so that more people like you can find this information when they need it most. Leave a comment below and tell me what concerns you most right now about your financial situation. Your feedback helps me know what to cover next, and every comment you leave helps this community grow stronger together. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do that right now so you never miss an update. I will be back very soon with the latest updates on Social Security payments, Medicare changes, economic developments, and anything else that directly affects your life and your income. Until then, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and remember you worked hard for everything you have and you deserve to protect it. I will keep you updated.